hope you can hear me and you can see me. I'm gonna not flash anybody. Cool. I like this angle. I just put up my rainbow tapestry of the world. Alright, so I have been procrastinating on doing this today, even though I set intentions out to do it today, because I've been experiencing a lot of resistance about it. My sister gave me this beautiful tarot cloth, so we are just going to lay her down. Here's a better angle, and lay her down. And we got a couple of crystals from the astral trip over the weekend. Got some, the ones from Asheville are citrine. It's back there, closer. Citrine. Look at that. I don't like citrine. I'm a Scorpio, and that's my sign, like my month stone. I'm trying to get better with it. I think I have, and part of that might be the resistance too. I think I have some weirdness about abundance and things like that. So we got honey calcite as well. We have little baby Buddha. He's gonna chill right here. All right, and then finishing it off, I already had these selenite wand, lapis tower, fluorite tower. I love fluorite. Definitely one of my favorites. I don't know if this is focused. There we go. Amethyst. Purple's my favorite color. I have a lot of amethyst in my house. More fluorite. Purple again. My amethyst pendulum, because we're going to use it today. And a little opalite. And even more amethyst. So, that being said, I hope whomever finds this is doing well today. I am going to attempt, I've never done this, it's on a tripod, and it's honestly kind of wigging me out. Stay. Okay. Cool. Okay. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Little shimmy, little drag. There we go. And in case you guys want to see the stones while I'm doing it, go for it. We're gonna do this reading right now, even though I do not know how it's gonna play out, but it doesn't really matter. That better. Okay, let's go. Procrastinating. So, originally, I had planned on setting intention to do this reading about resistance. That kind of seems to track right now. I personally have never really had a big social media presence. I find that social media drains me, but the one thing that I can say I did consistently, I went to school for public health. I studied alternative medicine, holistic medicine, lots and lots of alternative medicine, you know what I'm saying, education, as well as how it blends in with spiritual practices to create a happy, whole person. So when I was doing that years ago, now I used to be like almost 300 pounds, but I've always had hella confidence. Your bitch is bad. Your bitch is a good bitch. Like we love ourselves here. But when I was heavier set, I think that was the one way that I knew that I was able to deliver value to people, was giving them knowledge, giving them perspective, giving them advice. So since I have drifted away from doing that more regularly, one, I think my spiritual gifts have been stifled a little bit. I'm always going to have them, right? And this weekend really helped kind of reawaken me. But doing that and stepping away from it has really made it seem hard to connect. My throat chakra and my sacral chakra both just feel out of whack. But the theme of my life right now is creation. So we're gonna create. Oh, it's 444 on the timer. So we're gonna create. We're going to create some content. We're gonna do the Light Seers Tarot deck. I also have this fun one. It's called Spiritual as Fuck. And my mom got it for me for my birthday. And it has lots of cursey words. If you haven't noticed, I really like to swear. It's not intentional, but when spirit speaks through me, my guides are pretty aggressive because I got my spiritual awakening first time back in 2017, and that was after feeling a lot of disillusionment. I was trying to figure out myself in college in 2015, and I started studying other religions, Buddhism, Taoism. I was raised, Christian, and in 2017, I was physically hit by a car with a friend of mine who was driving, and quite frankly, I think that was Spirit's way of saying, stop fucking up, you need to sit down and listen. And when that happened, I really leaned on my faith, I leaned on my gifts, and I leaned hard into it. I have tarot tattooed on my leg. I also like plant medicine, all kinds of plant medicine, fungi, cannabis, herbs, all kinds of stuff. So leaning heavily into that during my recovery process really allowed me to connect with my higher self, with source, with various deities and gods, goddesses, and awaken myself. So during that process is when I really started doing all of this, right, and broadcasting it for the world, social media, stuff like that. So that being said, thank you for letting me ramble. We're gonna fucking get into it. So I don't exactly have a question that I want to ask, so we're gonna actually do it a different way. Usually people who do pick a card readings lay them out, and so we're gonna do that live, I guess. I've never done well, that's not true. I have done pick a cards, but not live. So let's get some information. Oh, y'all, I finally learned after 28, almost 29 years of life how to shuffle. I'm very shitty at it. I've done tarot for 7 years and never learned, but we're gonna try it. Look at that! Well, okay. We're gonna flip that's 4 cards, so that's gonna be pile number 1, whomever you are. And we will put the lapis tower on it. Alright. Pile number 2, we're gonna go with 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can we get one more shuffle out of here? Maybe. I haven't figured out how to do the bridge thing though, where I don't know how to do that at all. And we might not learn it. It took me over 2 decades to learn how to do the basics, baby. So we're gonna start small. But I'm very happy to say that I know how to do it now. It's fucking exciting. Okay, so 1, 2, alright, got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. Look at that. Alright, so I'm gonna put these not on the bottom of the wood so they don't fall off. So pile 1 is going to be lapis. Pile 2 is going to be the fluorite. Why not? Make sure I have 4 cards. Fluorite. And then pile 3 is going to be honey calcite. Alright, let's go. So, again, I didn't ask anything. You just heard me say I didn't ask anything. So, first for pile 1, we have 5 cards. I thought there were 4. Okay. So, sorry for piles 2 and 3 who don't have an extra card. Spirit told number 1 to get a bonus. Okay, so, pile number 1. Right now, 10 of Cups in reverse. You might be going through a series of missed out shots, I guess is the way to put it. Like, you feel like your lucky breaks have not been as lucky as you hope. And I want you to know that just because your vision and what you see for yourself right now isn't panning out how you want it to be, doesn't mean that there's not hope in the process. Now, that being said, the devil came up next, and the devil isn't necessarily, actually, let me try and bring these to you. This is the first one. It looks like that, the 10 of Cups in reverse. And then the devil upright looks like this. So you may or may not be indulging in some toxic behaviors. I don't always think of the devil as dependence necessarily, but there can be some things that are really stifling you down and holding you back, and you're cognizant of it. This is me giving you a wake-up call too, because it's clearly affecting you in the lack of joy and abundance that you're trying to provide for yourself. You may also feel, in a sense, the 6 of Wands in reverse, a sense of trying to come back to yourself, and trying to reignite a spark of a passion or something. But I really do think that whatever you're bounded to right now, what you're bound to, is really preventing you from ascending to the level that you want. The other 2 cards in this, however, are very, very prosperous. So you have Temperance, that talks about peace. A lot of the times when we have vices that we are not what is the word I'm looking for? Hold on. License that we depend on. A lot of the stuff we have vices we depend on, we tend to come at it from a lack of peace. We come at it from a lack of faith, a lack of understanding ourselves, and so that leads us to finding escapism tactics or indulging in behaviors that we know continues to lower us. This is something where you really want to start leaning on, you really want to start leaning on your ability to find balance and peace within yourself. Yes, we may be going through tumultuous times, but they can give you a sense of freedom when you begin to release and let go of what holds you back, what you're holding on to. Whether that is potentially a toxic way of, like with a job. Maybe you have very poor spending habits, and right now financially you're not in a great place. Maybe you feel isolated and alone right now, but because you are choosing to either involve yourself with people who don't support you, or you're engaging in behaviors that keep you distant from connection with other people, you continue to self-soothe in a way that is harmful in the long term. And you're beginning, if you haven't seen them now, this is a wake-up call that if you do have these vices that you are, or these habits, or these people, or these lower vibrational things that keep you in a sense of not being able to be prosperous and thrive, if you're not in that position now, this is a wake-up call to begin to work around that. Find solutions to work through that. Because when you do, the life that you want, the Wheel of Fortune, it turns in your favor. Same as the message that I said before the other day when I posted that reading about me finding my purpose again. The wheels will turn in your favor once you're able to let go of the things that ensnare you. You don't have to be a victim of circumstance. You don't have to numb and dull yourself out to be able to handle everything that you're experiencing. From someone who has had a very, very fun relationship with substances, and a bit of a tumultuous one on top of that, being able to begin to help yourself in a way that's lucrative is only going to bring you abundance. Pile number 2. Again, sorry y'all, you don't get 5 cards. That one was a special message for somebody who needed to hear it. So, you, pile number 2s, have some good cards. But we do have some things to address. So, right now you are in a position of the Ace of Cups in reverse. You're trying to find your connection again. You are trying to find the love, compassion, and joy of your life, of people in your life, and right now is a transitionary moment for you that's going to become so fucking beautiful. You're going to be, potentially you might be in a position where you're in a place where you want to begin to excel and ascend and learn. Finding things that give your heart a sense of fulfillment. You have the Hierophant. Next, this talks about learning and tradition. So you may be in the position to seek a mentor, which kind of lines up with the 3 of Cups. This also talks about celebration and community. So you may be in a position where maybe now is the opportunity for you to take some classes or meet up with some people, do some meetup groups, to give yourself a way of community and fulfilling that sense of love and enjoyment in your day-to-day life with what you're doing. And also to foster people, to bring them in for a positive circumstance for you too, to only help continue to uplift you. Right now you may have felt very burnt out potentially, but I'm getting more the sense of just feeling low. And I think that now, my pile 2s, you're in a position to be able to come out of that. And I hope that if you have been in a state of lack of love or depression, know that I love you. I battle with this day to day, and I love you. But finding things that you love about your life really helps with, and what you love doing in your life really helps give you grounding and a sense of fulfillment. But even further, taking time to learn about those things, taking time to invest effort into educating yourself about those things is super duper important, because it gives you a sense of purpose. And once you find that community and the love within your life and within yourself, you have the 9 of Cups. This is one of the happiest cards in the deck, babes. And that literally is just prosperity and love and fulfillment. So we had the 10 of Cups in reverse, or pile 1, right? And that is something where we want to begin to unshield ourselves to be able to have the sense of freedom that pile 2 has right now. You are fostering so much love and connection into the people around you and the things you do. Your life is going to blow up in such a magnanimous and golden way. But right now, if you don't know how to foster community, I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to help. I love making new friends and meeting new people. If you want to just shoot the shit and share some ideas, I'm available, whatever. But outside of just talking to me, foster online community, foster in-person community. Find things that you find enjoyment in. Maybe that means you go to the farmer's market, get inspired to go create some shit. For me, I like to crochet. I found out yesterday, well, I didn't find out, I was reacquainted with my love of art and creation. And so now we have a canvas we're gonna paint and just really thoroughly enjoy myself, because I've been in a place before and feeling lost and lacking no community and feeling isolated and alone and not feeling love and true, genuine happiness in my life, and whether it's with solitude or with others. And now that I'm finding passion again with my spiritual skills, my artistic skills, my social skills, that's only going to bring me lucrativity too, right? So the last pile is pile number 3, honey calcite. So you guys, okay, so right now I have two minds of thought. We have the Knight of Cups. I have 2 minds of thought. One, you could be having some mushy gushy feelings with someone and wanting to take it to the next level based on the other cards, or you could have some mushy gushy feelings about something in your life and wanting to take it to the next level. The Knight of Cups is like your lover boy. It's your Prince Charming, your knight in shining armor, the one that you, or thing, right? The thing you're waiting for, to give you the sense of love and nothing but goodness in your life, right? So I feel like right now you're in a position that's you're feeling, something that provides you a similar feeling of just abundant joy and love, and feeling valued, validated. If it's a person, congratulations. I hope that they're a fucking winner, because if they make you feel like this on top of the world and in your heart and in your head, that's so beautiful, and I'm so happy for you. If you feel that way about a task that you're doing, or a job, or a hobby, know that that is something that's been your calling for a long time, if it gives you that sense of fulfillment within your heart. If it is something that, we're going to just play both cards of this. We're going to do life stuff, people stuff. So, if it is something that you are, or something that you're pursuing, like a hobby, a task, a job, whatever, right now you're in a position to decide if you really want to make that be something that you put your full energy, full mind, body, soul into. Because with the 2 of Pentacles, it talks about decision making, right? Weighing out the pros and cons, finding balance, making choices that are going to bring tangible. Now, the Pentacles typically talk about luxury, money, whatever, but I think about it as earthly realm stuff. So the things you can touch, things you can see, the people who are around you. Right now, if you have a passion and a love for something or someone, you need to decide if you really want to give it your all or not. You may be dipping in and out a little bit, or there may be distractions. Distractions are real. But if you find that sense of fulfillment and accomplishment, again, within yourself, from whomever or whatever you're doing, you do need to decide to put that first. Now, obviously, if it's like something that's going to prevent you from, thriving in your regular day-to-day life, that's not the same, right? That's very, very different. Like, we don't want to risk it all, for example, for a pottery business, if we don't have collateral to do that. I don't know if you hear this. Please hold. It's either a helicopter or an aeroplane. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it was loud as shit. Jesus. Okay, back to what I was saying. If you are in a position where you're finding something or someone that gives you the same sense of fulfillment, choose that as your main focus. I would highly suggest, because it's giving you an alignment that you need. but obviously don't risk it all and put yourself in a position of lack as a result of pursuing your dreams. So back to the pottery thing. Just a random example. If you want to become a potter, for example, we can't just go out here quitting our main full-time jobs right at the moment until we have a good base. We have, funding to support our livelihood for that. We have clientele, but that doesn't mean you can't continue to put your all into it until you're able to let that be your out, if that is what you want it to be. Or if it's a person that you love very much and you're like, I don't know if we should take it to the next level. I don't know if we should discuss how we feel about each other even. It could be very, very base level, like, hey, you give me butterflies, what do we feel about me? Something as simple as that. But there are decisions that need to be made that are going to give your heart fulfillment. And when you do that, we want to come to it, King of Swords energy. When we do that, we want to come into it with a sharp mind. The King of Swords can sometimes be considered a bit cold-hearted, and I don't think that that's necessarily the case, but he's very intellectual. He does not fuck around, right? And so when you are able to accept within yourself that it is worth pursuing your highest fulfillment, right? Because that's ultimately what we're all here to do. You want to come at it with a logical mind. We don't just want to, again, be hasty. We don't want to make pots, be potters without having things to sell. We don't want to quit our jobs with nothing lined up. We want to find things that give us joy, and it's kind of beautiful looking at how all of these have played out. First, we started again with the pile ones. You had the cards that talk about coming out of a place of self-destruction and turning your life around in your favor, to being able to, with the pile twos, to being able to find that compassion and joy in your life, bringing that love back within yourself to only have it reap beautiful benefits for pile 3. It was very fluid how this played out. But with a logical mind becomes a actionable, tangible plan. Oops, excuse me. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This talks about starting new beginnings. So again, lucrative, tangible, people, places, things type shit. So the things that we want to bring in. So if that is financial abundance with a job or an opportunity or a hobby, that's, God knows, that's what I would love to do with this, right? I would love to be a spiritual coach. I used to be a long time ago. I used to lead meditations. And so I'm, again, finding myself falling back in love with my passions. And if you have found something or someone that gives your heart the warm fuzzies and you're like, I can't see my life without this, and that feels amazing, really, really, really take time to decide how you want to pursue that for your highest, greatest good, because it's going to be beneficial for you. It's going to give you nothing but abundance, prosperity, happiness, and more than anything, break the mundane day-to-day and the struggle that we feel for ourselves. Genuinely, I hope that this reading was helpful. I've never done something that's drawn out. I don't know where to post it yet, but if you want to see more content from me, please let me know. If you have questions, I can do some readings, absolutely. Now, I will say there are some things that I'm a little bit more well-versed in than others. Life stuff's great. I don't really like to do kind of like timeline stuff. That's not my jam, just because while I do think that people do have the foresight to predict what may or may not happen, again, tarot is not ruled in stone. Let me make that abundantly clear. Tarot is not a set in stone kind of vibe. This is something this is where you're at right now. Anything you choose to do will pivot and change all of these. So when it comes to doing readings, I will be happy to give you advice. I love psychology. I love health. And if there are things that you're like, Cassie, what outside of just tarot, if you want art tips, I used to teach art. I'm not the best at it, I'm not gonna lie. I like to sing. If there's other things you want to see and participate in, I would love to bring people into this. My whole point of documenting this journey back to Asheville, where my heart and my soul belongs, back to my home, even though Durham is my home, back to my home. If you want to follow me along this, I'm just going to be doing a hodgepodge of things like spaghetti on a ceiling. We're going to stick and see what works. And I hope that it's enjoyable for you guys too. And Cassie, I know you're going to look back at this. I'm talking to myself right now. I'm proud of you. Whomever else finds this reading, I'm proud of you as well. I'm excited to see your lives change for the better. And I hope and pray that we can all do this together and it goes far. So y'all have a blessed day. Love you. Hopefully I'll be in touch soon. Bye.